All right, let's talk about weight loss. But forget everything you think you know. What if I told you the secret to losing weight isn't about eating less, but actually eating way more? Sounds crazy, right? Well, let's get into the volume eating blueprint.
I mean, when you think about dieting, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Probably tiny, sad-looking meals and just being hungry all the time, right? Yeah, for most of us, that's exactly it. But what if that whole approach is just wrong? There's a science-backed way to do this that flips that entire idea on its head.
Okay, just look at the difference here. On one side, you've got the classic starvation diet. We're talking tiny portions, constant hunger, basically just suffering. But then, you look at volume eating. We're talking giant, satisfying meals, feeling full, a feeling of abundance, not deprivation. And no, this isn't some kind of fantasy. This is just smart science.
So, first things first, let's just bust this starvation myth wide open. The whole eat less approach, it's the exact reason most diets fail, miserably. See, our bodies are literally hardwired to fight back when they think they're starving. It becomes this unwinnable battle against your own biology. It's just not sustainable. So what's the real alternative?
And that brings us to the absolute core of this whole thing, the volume secret. It's all about understanding the science of what actually makes you feel full. And trust me, it's way simpler and more powerful than you'd ever guess.
Okay, the magic word here is caloric density. And here is the single most important thing to get. Your stomach has no idea what a calorie is. It doesn't have a little calculator down there. All it knows is volume. It's like a balloon. It only cares about how stretched it is, not what's stretching it.
Okay, check this out. This is where it all clicks. Everything you see here, it's all 400 calories. But just look at the difference in how much space they take up in your stomach. You've got this tiny little bit of olive oil, a decent-sized burger, or this massive, overflowing bowl of vegetables. Same calories, but a completely different experience when it comes to feeling full.
So, how does this actually work in your body? Well, think of your stomach wall as being lined with little sensors. They're called stretch receptors. When you eat high-volume foods, your stomach physically expands, and these little sensors freak out. They shoot a message straight to your brain that says, "Whoa, we're full down here, shut it down." But tiny, calorie-dense foods like oil or sugar, they sneak right past those sensors without triggering the alarm.
Okay, so we've got the science down. Cool. But how do you actually use this? Let's get super practical with what I call the 50-50 blueprint. These are simple strategies that can literally double the size of your meals.
Strategy number 1 is the 50-50 plate, and it's almost ridiculously simple. Here's what you do. Before you put anything else on your plate, fill one entire half of it with low-calorie veggies. We're talking salad, broccoli, cauliflower, you name it. Then, your regular protein and carbs go on the other half. Boom! You've just doubled the size of your meal, just like.
And this isn't just for meals. It works for snacks, too. I mean, look at this classic swap. For the same number of calories, you could have, 10 potato chips, gone in like 30 seconds. Or you could have 3 entire cups of air-popped popcorn. Which one do you think is going to keep you busy and actually make you feel like you ate something?
Okay, next up, let's talk about protein. You need to make protein your absolute priority. Out of protein, carbs, and fat, protein is the undisputed champion of making you feel full. It's like a satiety superhero. It actually works on a hormonal level to shut down ghrelin. That's the pesky hormone that screams, "I'm hungry," at your brain.
And get this, there's a bonus perk. Protein has something called a high thermic effect of food. Fancy term, simple meaning. Your body has to work harder and burn more calories just to digest it. We're talking up to 25% of the protein's calories are burned off during digestion. It's like getting a free metabolic boost just for eating.
All right, we have to talk about something sneaky, a hidden saboteur that can completely wreck all your hard work without you even noticing. I'm talking about the liquid calorie trap.
Just think about this classic example. A glass of orange juice, it's basically sugar water that you can down in 10 seconds. It completely bypasses all those fullness signals we talked about and can actually leave you hungrier. But a whole orange? Now you've got fiber, you've got bulk, you have to chew it. It forces your body to slow down and actually recognize, hey, food has arrived.
Okay, so we've covered the big strategies. Now, let's dive into a few extra satiety power-ups. Think of these as little pro tips or hacks to take your fullness game to a whole new level.
So get this, scientists actually created something called a satiety index, where they ranked foods based on how filling they are. And the winner is probably not what you're thinking. It's not steak, it's not some fancy grain.
The single most satisfying, filling food they ever tested was the plain, humble, boiled potato. It blows everything else out of the water.
Here's a super simple trick you can use starting right now. Your brain is actually kind of bad at telling the difference between hunger and thirst. The signals are almost identical. So the next time you feel that little pang of hunger, just pause. Don't grab a snack. Instead, drink a big glass of water and wait about 15 minutes. You'll be shocked how often that hunger just vanishes.
And finally, and this one is huge, do not underestimate sleep. When you don't get enough sleep, your hormones go into total chaos. Your body starts pumping out more ghrelin, the hunger hormone, and produces less leptin, the I'm full hormone. It's a double whammy. Your tired brain just starts screaming for quick, easy energy, which means you crave junk food. Seriously, good sleep is non-negotiable if you want to control your appetite.
So let's just pull all of this together. It's a complete shift in thinking. When you start focusing on volume instead of restriction, you create a totally new reality for yourself, a reality where you actually eat more food, feel satisfied, and still hit your goals.
If you remember one thing from this, let it be this. Dieting does not have to equal suffering. That whole idea is just obsolete. The goal isn't to eat less, it's to eat smarter. It's about maximizing volume, maximizing fullness, and enjoying your food.
It really is that simple. By making these smart swaps, trading out calorie-dense foods for high-volume ones, you literally get to eat like a king. You can have huge, satisfying meals, feel full, and still be in that calorie deficit you need to lose weight. It's the best of both worlds.
So I'm going to leave you with a little challenge, a question to take with you. Based on everything we just talked about, what is one simple, low-calorie, high-volume food you could add to your very next meal? Think about it. Because that's how you start, right now.